Welcome back. This is Staring from Mysterian Gaming. Today we're running Ahn'Kanet, the Old Kingdom. I'm pretty sure I butchered that, but hey. This is like a mid-level dungeon back in Wrath of the Lich King, where you see it involves the Nubians trying to take back their home. Let's get started.
Can't carry any more of those.
Now you see it's basically a bunch of Ahn'Kanet type enemies you're going to be fighting. Now down here, this room could be a very bad nightmare for a lot of groups because of the pools. Normally my groups, we tend to wait for this patrol here to get close enough where we can pull them, and then we pull them back up to here, just in case anyone does something stupid. That way we can make it easier on ourselves. And after the ads you want to really focus when you're in here, it would be this spell flinger. You want to really take them out first.
I'm out of range.
Now we're coming up to the first boss, which is right here. The Elder Nutox. For him, partway through the fight, he'll become immune to all damage, and one of the big ads will spawn out of these eggs. You have to defeat that ad in order to take down his immunity shield. But also, if there's any other ads out, they also gain immunity to damage. So you have to burn that guardian ad down very fast in order to get the shield down. Now there's actually an achievement in here where you don't let him get that shield. It would basically involve you having to kite him all the way back through here while trying to burn him down. Which nowadays is pretty easy. Just come in and one-shot him.
The secret of shall amaze my service. Complete.
Now here's a path where you can either go left or right. You want to go right, because this will be the correct path you need to take. Now, as you can see, you'll have to go up here and click on these spider egg-looking pedestals. They'll deactivate that barrier around the next boss. Now, when you come to fight these mobs here, the Frostbringers, if you're a Frost Mage and spell steal from them, you're going to get a boost in your frost damage. The eyes here actually do a knockback once killed. So they can actually launch you a good distance once they die. And as for the ability you see I'm using there, that's called Crash Lightning. And I have a talent that leaves down a pool of thunder there, or lightning, to have them take damage over time. Now you have to click on these in order to bring the barrier down. Since we got one, we just got to get to the other. Now as you saw, I actually got hit by the knockback off the eye. Now, as you see, the boss is now descending down. Now for this boss here, periodically through the fight, he'll vanish and then stun a player. And the only way to get him off the player is to do enough damage to break him loose. He will also summon up flame orbs that can do some massive damage to your party if you're not careful.
I will feast on your remains. Still, I thirst.
Now this room was a nightmare because of the pools. Most groups skip the bosses here and go right for the final boss that way. We're not going to do that. If you want to know how to handle these pools, my experience is you jump down here.
I need to target something.
Take this group out because you can back up here and fight them. And then you can range pull this group here. Same strat. And then you can take out the patrol if you want to. And then all you have to do is go up this way to get to the third boss.
I don't have a target.
And as you can see, that's a spirit-like faceless one right there. Now, as for this boss, more or less, she is literally just a tank and spank. Her only thing you have to worry about is her whirlwind, and during part of the fight, sorry about that, she'll go back up to here where she is, and then a bunch of ads will show up here. You can't hurt them, but one of them will be chosen, and they'll start working to the center. You need to kill that ad before it gets to the center, or it becomes sacrificed and she gets empowered.
These are sacred halls! Your intrusion will be met with death.
Other than that, she's pretty easy to take down. Now, we're actually going to go do this boss that everyone considers optional, which technically it is. But we're going to do it because it's still a boss. Loot's loot, guys. Like I said, you always can use the extra gold. Now you see there's a bunch of bog beasts here. Ahn'Kanet here. It's pretty easy to take him out. The only thing you have to worry about are the mushrooms that spawn, because during the fight, you'll be shrunk. You need to look for the healthy mushrooms and get to them in order to become unstrung. But there will also be bad ones mixed in that spawn, so you need to know what you're looking for. They're pretty easy to tell which ones are good and bad. Other than that, this is a pretty simple fight. As you saw, healthy mushrooms and poisonous mushrooms spawn. You basically want to destroy a healthy mushroom in order to get unshrunk. Now we're going to go head up to the final boss here. The final boss is a... Now, if you heard that whisper, that's actually an old god known as Yogg-Saron. He's a part of a raid that I'll have on this channel later on. Now, as I was saying, for Yogg-Saron decided to interrupt me. This is just basically 3 ads are going to be up here that are faceless ones. You take them out. You just got to watch out for their mind crash. It's basically they launch a crystal shadow towards a player's location. All you have to do is run out of the impact area and you're fine. And then the boss here, he's a bit unique. Now for this boss, the Herald, he used to actually be bigger than he is, but he got shrunk down, which kind of sucks. I kind of miss his bigger size. But for him, at certain percentages, he'll start casting a spell. I believe it's called Insanity, where you'll be separated from your group and shadow figures of them will show up. You have to beat these other forms of your party members down in order to get out of that spot. And when you do, you'll be thrown into another one. You can help them beat theirs down. But nowadays, it's pretty easy to burn them down. And then after that, you'll be back in there. He does this twice during the fight. Sometimes he'll actually cast Renew on himself, which can be easily removed. Other than that, he's just a simple tank and spank. Now, there's actually a quest that you can receive. I believe it's from one of the mobs outside, to bring a corpse and set it ablaze on this brazier here. Now, the first mobs you saw that I took out when I started this dungeon are the ones you need to loot. But there's a timer on the corpse, so you have to get through this instance pretty fast to get to it, back then. Nowadays, it takes maybe 10 minutes to clear it. But you get some gold for the reward for burning the corpse here. Well, that's been the Old Kingdom. This has been Astarion from Astarion Gaming. To ask you to please like and subscribe to my videos. I really hope to see you guys in the next one.